Hey Reddit, I'm Cassandra, and I never thought I'd be the one posting a Karen story. But here we are. My neighbor, Audrey, was just hauled off in handcuffs, and I'm still trying to process the insanity that just unfolded. What started as a simple Wi-Fi issue spiraled into a full-blown nightmare, exposing a dark, twisted side of Audrey that I never could have imagined. It all began innocently enough. Over the past few weeks, I noticed my internet slowing down. As a freelance graphic designer, working from home, a stable connection is my lifeline. Netflix buffering? Annoying but fine. My design software glitching and causing me to miss deadlines? That's a crisis. I ran speed tests, checked my router, and even called my ISP. Everything seemed fine on their end. That's when I started suspecting someone was stealing my Wi-Fi. I'm pretty tech savvy. So I dove into my router settings and found a bunch of unfamiliar devices connected. Bingo! I changed my password to something complex. WPA3 encryption, the works. Problem solved, right? Wrong. The next morning, I'm sipping my coffee, ready to start my day, when I hear pounding on my door. I open it to find Audrey, my neighbor, practically foaming at the mouth. "My internet's not working," she screeches. "I think you did something to it." I tried to stay calm. "Audrey, maybe there's an outage, or you need to call your provider." She glared at me like I had just insulted her entire bloodline. "Don't play dumb, Cassandra. I know you changed your Wi-Fi password. I need it. Now." I was stunned. The audacity. The entitlement. "Audrey, I pay for my internet. I'm not sharing my password." Her face twisted into this grotesque sneer. "Oh, so you're going to be difficult? Fine. I'm calling the police. You're discriminating against me." And with that, she whipped out her phone and dialed 911. I almost laughed. Discriminating against her for changing my Wi-Fi password. I closed the door, grabbed my phone, and started recording through the peephole. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of a jaw-dropping saga. When the police arrived, Audrey launched into a tirade, accusing me of harassment for denying her access to my Wi-Fi. I calmly explained my side, showing them the evidence of unknown devices on my network and how I rely on a stable connection for work. The officers, to their credit, saw right through her nonsense. They explained that sharing Wi-Fi is a personal choice, not a legal obligation. Audrey wasn't having it. She doubled down, demanding they arrest me. One officer, clearly fed up, asked, "Ma'am, do you have any evidence to support your claim?" Audrey sputtered. "Well, no, but she changed her password right after I started having trouble." Then things took a bizarre turn. The officers asked Audrey for her ID. She fumbled with her purse, handed over her driver's license, and the moment the officer looked at it, his expression changed. He excused himself, walked to his patrol car, and started speaking into his radio. I caught snippets. Possible identity theft, previous charges, matching description. My heart started racing. What the hell was going on? While the officer was on the radio, I decided to dig deeper. Remember those unfamiliar devices on my network? I checked their MAC addresses and did a quick Google search. What I found chilled me to the bone. A forum where people were complaining about unauthorized credit card charges traced back to a device with a MAC address identical to one on my Wi-Fi. Audrey wasn't just stealing my internet. She was potentially using it to commit credit card fraud. I gathered screenshots of the forum and the MAC address info just as the officer returned. He looked grim. "Ma'am," he said to Audrey, "we need you to come down to the station for questioning regarding some outstanding warrants and potential fraud charges." Audrey's face went white. "Fraud? Warrants? What are you talking about?" she stammered. The officer wasn't asking anymore. As they handcuffed her, Audrey completely lost it, screaming, crying, begging them not to arrest her. Then, in a moment of pure unhinged rage, she turned to me and yelled, "This is all your fault, you ape!" The officers tightened the cuffs and practically dragged her to the patrol car. I stood there, stunned, as they drove away. I immediately called the police department, handed over my findings about the potential credit card fraud, and made sure to mention the racial slur. They assured me they'd look into it. Later, a detective called to confirm Audrey's dark past. Turns out, Audrey wasn't even her real name. She had a history of identity theft, credit card fraud, and preying on vulnerable individuals, particularly the elderly. She was also a suspect in a series of burglaries in the area. The detective thanked me for my help, saying my evidence was crucial to their case. The FBI even got involved because some of her schemes crossed state lines. The story went viral, and I was flooded with messages of support. One of Audrey's victims, an elderly woman named Mrs. Gable, called to thank me personally. Audrey had conned her out of thousands of dollars. Hearing her gratitude made me realize the true impact of what had happened. This wasn't just about Wi-Fi or a racial slur. It was about stopping a predator. Audrey is now facing a mountain of charges, and I've been asked to testify at her trial. I'm nervous, but I'm determined to see justice served. If my story does anything, I hope it serves as a warning to protect yourself from fraud and to stand up to bullies and racists, no matter how intimidating they seem. Karma, Reddit, is a dish best served with high-speed internet and a side of justice.